Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon for the all students and teachers who are listening to me right now. So before starting our today's class, I'm going to take a small technical poll. Please let me know if I'm perfectly audible to you and visible to you or not. Okay. So I'm going to launch a small poll. You have to just let me know. Okay. So I guess the polls. Right. You can just text me in the chat box if I'm perfectly audible and visible to you or not. Okay. Please just write in the chat box if I'm audible and visible, write yes. If no, write no. Okay. Yes. Welcome, everyone. I can see there is an Rajkot Jainvi here, Usmanabad. Very nice to see. So, am I perfectly audible and visible? Okay. Okay, then. Okay, we'll start the class then. So, hello everyone. My name is Ghazala Firdos, and I'm one of the biology faculty from the Avanti Fellows. Okay, so today we are not going to, abruptly start any classes or any lessons. It is our first class today, and we are going to do a orientation. Okay, so if you are wondering what is orientation, ma'am, so orientation is simply you, me will get to know each other. Okay, so why I'm here and you here in this class, what is your job to do in the upcoming days, so how we can cooperate with each other to do that particular job and attain the objective which we have of clearing the NEET with a good ranking, right? So here in this class I will tell you about everything with the related with the NEET examinations, the patterns, okay, the weightage, okay, in the biology, which are the important weightage chapters that we have to keep in mind, and which to be concentrated more and which to be okay, no problem kind of chapters. Okay, so today we are going to understand the very basic weave of why we are studying it and what are the further goals should be which we should be carrying in our upcoming days. Okay, clear? Okay, thank you, Rajkot. Thank you so much. Right. So, for those who don't know me, yeah, I told my name. My name is Ghazala Firdaus. Okay. So, let's move ahead, students. So, if you're studying now, okay, you're sitting in a biology class and you're listening to a biology madam. Okay. So, now you tell me, what do you think about biology? So, what hits you the most when you hear about biology? Okay. So, you can write in the chat box, which by which I'll come to know. So meanwhile, I'll share mine. So how I got very much fascinated about biology. So if I have to tell you, I see some students, or you can say some children in my locality, they will be asking questions. Okay, so or you can say any common child with their parents. Okay, so why plants are green? Okay, so why there will be only flowers in the plants? Why there are no flowers in human beings? Why plants cannot walk? Why humans only can walk? Or why animals only can walk? Okay, so why we can talk? So these kind of questions are, building a curiosity among the children, among the students who are, very aspiring to know about the life, right? So these are, some of the examples that I told you. If I have to talk about myself, I was very much fascinated about the biology. Okay, one thing, I was so much interested about the herbs and plants because my mother does the gardening. Okay, so I get fascinated about the plants, about the variety of plants, how these plants give us fruits. Okay, we eat every day, we see the beautiful flowers, and the food that we're getting fed, it has different colors. Okay, so beautiful and bright colors. So, about all those things, this is a very fascinating topic to me. And eventually, when I got to high school or in a pre-university college, there I was like not that much attracted to physics or mathematics because I couldn't imagine gravity. I couldn't, see the air. So many people say, or my teachers used to say, imagine there is, suppose you imagine this and there is a gravity. So I was like, where can I see gravity? Where can I see friction? So these things were so much confusion for me. But when it comes to biology, I was like, oh my God, everything is in front of me. मैं सब कुछ देख सकती हूँ. ठीक है? So either it can be related with plants or with animals. Okay, everything is in front of us. We can see and we have to operate. Even if you see the doctor, okay, so even you can see the symptoms. Okay, if any person has some particular disease, so that particular disease will be showed by symptoms. Okay, so I feel like biology is a very practical kind of subject where you will learn many things about the life, about yourself to be precise. Okay, we are living organisms. And when I ask students, they simply say biology means life, it is related to life, right? So it is related to us. We can get to know more about ourselves, okay? Our environments like pets, our pet, I have a dog pet, I will get to know better about my pets and the plants in my balcony, right? So biology is a life and we are surrounded by it, and every each moment we are looking into it and depending on it. Like I said, food, right? So if you think about biology, the basic thing that we get to know is, yeah, it is related with life, right? So many students say this, what is biology, ma'am? It's the study of life. Life. Okay, so life is a very basic name, or you can say a basic word that gives us a very broader idea. Okay, it gives us a very broader idea. But if we think about life, क्या लगता है आपको life क्या होगी? Okay, so many students might say, ma'am, living organisms. I know. Okay, so now you have studied some things. Okay, अभी आप 11th 12th में हो, you know what is biology and you know something about life, so you will say that. But if you go back to that, okay, just think you as a very curious child, okay, very curious child who doesn't know anything about biology. Now, what will you answer? What is life? Can somebody write something on the chat box? Okay, what do you think about life? Okay, take your time, try to write something in the chat box, and I'll eventually reply to it. Okay, right. So, some people say this life has been created by evolution. So there had been a very big Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory hua tha. There had been an heating and cooling process, constant, contraction and relaxation. With that, there had been a Big Bang theory. So some people say that. So after the Big Bang theory, many people talk about the evolutions, how we become as a human. Okay, so हम कहते हैं ना, जैसे पहले कोई था जैसा कुछ एप जैसा, फिर हम लोग कुछ बदले, फिर कुछ और बदले, भी ऐसे इंसान हुए. You can say about that. And in other words, if you hear some religious people talking about, they will say there is a particular specific, or you can say a very powerful energy. That energy has created souls, and with that soul we are considered as the living beings. So every person's perspective is different towards life, and even your perspective is different, your parents perspective would be different, and mine would be different. And if you talk to a child, he will say something else. Okay, so it all comes back to life. If there is life, everything is there. But if there is no life, what can we say? Okay, so if no life means that is dead. Okay, so life is super crucial and we have to understand more about life, and that we'll do in the branch of biology. Okay, now I'm going to ask you very basic question. Okay, let me know how much you know about this. Which is the largest organism in the world? Okay, which is the largest organism in the world? You can write in the chat box. Just type which is the option. There might be a problem with the polls in my side, so I couldn't launch the poll. But what you can do, you can try to write in the chat box. Okay, and for the YouTube students, please you also write in the chat box. Okay, keep chat box very active, right? So guess the question, which is the largest organism in the world? Usually I give 30 seconds. Yes, keep chat box active. Yes, Rajkot. Yes, Osmanabad. I'm expecting answers from you. Okay. Okay, then we'll move ahead. We'll move ahead then. So, which is the largest organism in the world? The options are blue whale, elephant, giant sequoia, and the tiger shark. Okay. So, look at the picture that I have shown you here. Do you think this is a tree which I'm trying to show you, or the car which I'm trying to show you? I'm trying to show you the big and the giant tree, beta. Okay. So if you say this is the tree called as giant sequoia, which is present in the forest or the jungle of California. If you visit California sometime, please do visit and see this tree, giant sequoia, which is so big, and it is considered as the largest organism in the world. You might be seeing, okay, or you might be knowing, man, blue whale is also very big. Yeah, but compared to giant sequoia, blue whale is a bit smaller. And also shark, मैम हमने देखा है shark भी बहुत बड़ा होता है. Giant sequoia उससे भी बड़ा होता है. So if you see the scale here, okay, what is the scale? You can see from the smallest, okay, parvovirus have only 20 nm, okay, 20 nanometer, and going up to the mycoplasma. This is also very smallest, okay, 200 nanometer, going to the largest ones. Okay, if you see the largest, that is blue whale. Oh my god, कितना nanometer है? मैं सच बताऊं मुझे number से नहीं पता है. ठीक है, I'm not a mathematics teacher, but it is huge. Okay, the number is very huge, some million or billion, I don't know. Okay, so this is blue whale. Okay, and if we go further, look at this. This is giant sequoia, which is the tallest organism or the largest organism in the world for now. Okay, for now. So this is the scale how we compare from the smallest to the largest. So you can, you might say, ma'am, you have categorized it as a animal or plant or organism. No, we have not categorized. So if we are talking about living organisms, all of these are included. Okay, living organisms में ये सारे include हो जाते हैं. Clear? Okay. So now I want to tell you why we are here. Okay, so what is our objective towards you? So we are here to help you towards achieving your aim or the goal. Okay, I know all my students who are sitting here are NEET aspirants and they want to become doctors, right? So बहुत अच्छी बात है. And here me sitting here as a biology teacher to help you, okay, in every aspect, either in understanding the concept, clearing your doubts, and by if you ask me any questions, I will do my best to solve your questions and queries. Okay, so whatever the things with understanding the concept and knowledge that I'm going to do, other than that, Avanti deals many other things, like it will help you in obtaining any scholarships. Okay, and we will give you the career guidance, we will give you the mentorship, okay, mentorship programs, and in every way we are not leaving your hand. So with every part of your step, your teachers are there with you, your school is there, and along with your school, we Avanti are there. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you. Me and you and Avanti fellows with students, we together have to cooperate with each other to achieve that, a goal which you have to get the good marks or the good ranking in the NEET. Okay, so yeah, let's move ahead. Clear. So what are we, going to understand about the basics then? If you ask me, ma'am, why these basics are needed? The basics की क्या बात है यहाँ पे? See, basics are super crucial. Like I have told you, right? I didn't, see the gravity. I couldn't see the air. I couldn't see the friction. So that was for me, sometimes physics was a barrier in scoring good marks. But for you, it shouldn't happen. You should give the equal importance to all the subjects. If you want to score good in NEET, you cannot, do the favoritism here or partialism. Okay, so biology is my favorite or chemistry is my favorite, I won't study others. That won't happen. Okay, if you want to score good marks, then every subject is crucial, and biology is a scoring subject. Okay, so you have to keep in mind, with all these subjects together you can achieve your goal. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you. Never ever ignore other subjects or other, okay, concepts. So you have to do the proper timetable. And I know I want to tell you another thing. I have seen in my career that some of the students who are in 11th, they will be like super active in other CCA activities or co-curricular activities, but not that much indulged in studies. They think that अरे 12th में तो पढ़ना ही है, तो एक साल enjoy कर लेते हैं. No, don't do that mistake. Okay, your 11th syllabus. I'm talking about all the subjects. 11th syllabus is a basic foundation for what you're going to study in the 12th. If you want to score good in 12th and do the better in NEET, then 11th syllabus contains a heavy weightage, and that is the basic thing. Okay, upon 11th syllabus, you will grow and put the responsibilities to learn more in the 12th syllabus. Okay, so please don't ignore it. Clear now? So enough of the common topics or the general topics. Now we enter into the purely our biology basis. Okay, so when we talk about biology, there are two main branches which my students love to study, right? Okay, one is botany and another one is zoology. So botany is related to plants or flora of the earth. Okay, so zoology is related to fauna, or you can say animals. Okay, all the animals are considered as zoology, or the study of animals are considered in the zoology and botany, the plant category. Okay, ये आपको बस commonly पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है? Now, okay, most of my students have something in their mind, and what is that? They might be having, what are the main fields? Okay, one more thing before saying that, many of the students are not aware of the variety of courses or career options they have. They only think that, okay, if I study or biology, I have only two things in my mind. One, I'll do something in medical field, and if I don't score something good in NEET, then I'll go for BSc, or I'll study something horticulture or agriculture. I feel like, whenever I talk to students, they say only these two. Okay, so they feel like we have only two main fields from the biology. One is medical, and another one is BSc, that is, towards agriculture or basic science. And some students hardly might say, "Ma'am, yeah, I'll become an Ayurvedic doctor," like, okay, or Unani doctor. Okay, वो बहुत rare है. That is very rare. So you should, stop having this, stereotypic mentality, because these are not only the options that you have. Okay, you have so humongous number of options that will go crazy when I tell you about it. Okay, so please, we should be creating awareness among ourselves. I want every one of my student to tell, okay, these two are not only the areas where you can do the career. Okay, there are many. Like I have shown you a picture here. I have shown you a picture. I'll give you some time. Just look at this picture. Just look at this picture. There is genetics here. Okay, there is genetics here. Okay, biomathematics. Okay, for those students who cannot compromise on both biology and mathematics, they can go for biomathematics. Okay, and there is a quantum biology, there is biochemistry, bioinformatics. Okay, developmental biology. You can study more about the developmental biology. And you can also do the ecology or marine biology. Okay, so there are several courses or the higher studies which you can do. Okay, so ये सारे consider हो जाते हैं बेटा उसमें. Okay, and pathology, how can I forget about pathology? Pathology is the one where you are going to understand the problems. If I say plants, okay, you might be knowing, okay, if there is a farm और farm है या कोई खेत है, तो वहां पे कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. ओके, सो कुछ रस्ट लग गया. Okay, there might be a problem of smut. So that is where you will come as a pathologist. Okay, there is a smut here. How can I, prevent my crops from these fungal infections or these bacterial infections? There you will come and act as a biologist or the pathologist. ठीक है, तो पैथोलॉजी का बहुत अच्छा स्कोप है in the upcoming years. Okay, so but not just in the field of plants, and also in the field of, okay, humans. In humans, there's a lot of work going on related to pathology. Okay, so these are some of the things that I wanted to show you in a very big picture. And neuroscience. Okay, neuroscience. So if you're talking about, yeah, why this person is behaving like this, okay, you might want to know his cognitive ability. बेटा cognitive मतलब देखो, अगर somebody is doing something or any action or behavior, this is somewhere related to his mind or his thinking. or what it is there in his subconscious mind. So all that, along with that, the neural system. Okay, so the movements and everything. So बहुत कुछ है बेटा. Biology is not just, confined to zoology or botany or medical and agriculture. It is very vast and big. Okay. I wanted to tell you about this bioweapons. Okay, so recent 2 years back, we were affected by the COVID-19. Okay, so a very big pandemic where many of our friends have lost the life, many of the people have lost the life. So what was that? It was a bioweapon. Some people say, yeah, it have abruptly erupted. No, and some people have a different theory on this. कुछ लोग चाइना को blame करते हैं. There is a lot of controversy, and let's not go to that. But bioweapons are those, things where the whole life and death situation is dependent. Okay, you might be wondering, ma'am, purane zamane mein, like First World War, Second World War, there we used guns. Okay, some people might have used swords and bombs and all those things. But now, as the technology is growing and moving ahead, we don't want that much of, bigger things to be having in a picture. With a very minute thing, with a very small thing, we can do a lot of destruction. So not, I mean to say not we, but in the entire world I'm talking about, it's the most, researched area, okay, where the people are working on the bioweapons. If I have to say, let's not make bioweapons to do something bad for others. But if something bad has, come upon our country, we should be knowing how to prevent it, right? So for that, this is one of the area where you can do the research and go and do some very big and innovative things here. Okay, that is one. Other than that, in the bioinformatics, okay, bioinformatics is a very latest and very fast growing area where we will learn how to apply our life with the information technology. Okay, so IT हम कहते हैं, IT पहले अलग हुआ करता था, biology was different, but here when we say bioinformatics, we add both of them to do something good. Okay, so for example, if I have to say the sequencing of our DNA coding. Okay, DNA coding ho gaya, sequence ho gaya, fingerprinting. So all of that area will be coming under this part. Okay, not just that, in the conservation. Okay, in the conservation of earth, if I have to say, we human beings are so like selfish. We are not thinking about our mother nature. Wherever you see, okay, the trees are cut down, buildings are constructed, and there is so much scarcity of the pure air which we inhale. So eventually, if we say in the upcoming days, it will be very hard and difficult to live in this world, because our world is filled with plastic and waste, and there are many countries who are not able to recycle their waste. Okay, if I have to consider our India has so many people. Okay, it's one of the largest populating country. इतना बड़ा populating country है, तो waste भी ज़्यादा produce होगा. ठीक है, so do we have the proper facility to recycle them? No, we still don't have. But other countries, they have, and we are in a progress of it. Okay, so in some areas, yes, we do have, but in the entire nation, if I talk in a overall view, we still need to improve in these areas. Okay, there we can contribute. Okay, apart from that, okay, so if you are looking here, avatar in the alien knowledge. Okay, आप बता सकते हो aliens. Okay, for me, like UFOs and aliens were just, मैं कहती थी अरे यार ये सब झूठ है, but it might be possible, it might be true. Okay, only you can understand this, and you can discover it if you study good, and this is also one of the branch. Okay, so where you can study and you will come to know. आप अभी कहोगे आप अभी मेरे student हो, after 10 years or 15 years you'll call back and call me and tell, ma'am, yes, you are right, people are there in Mars. Okay, people are there, they're alien, or somewhere in Saturn, or somewhere in other uh, planet. So like this, we are not just the inhabiting people in the earth. So if we want to talk about if there is any minute organism that has the ability to live in another planet, that also we talk about the aliens. Okay, so aliens के अंडरस्टैंडिंग, या फिर वहां पे हम लोग कैसे जाके रह सकते हैं, हाउ वी कैन इनहैबिट. Okay, so if you are listening to me, you might be wondering, ma'am, this is the job of NASA. What we are doing here? So NASA is not the only one here. Along with physics and mathematics, we biologists also play a very big role. Okay, so there you can contribute, you can learn more and do more. Okay, so this was the fascinating concepts that I told you. Okay, that I told you. Other than that, what are the other career options we have? Okay, so these are the basic career options that I wanted to tell you. So the first one is research. If you want to become a scientist, कुछ बच्चे होते हैं, मैम मैं कुछ बड़ा करना चाहता हूँ, जैसे मैंने अभी बताया ना, you want to change the world, जैसे recycle करना, जैसे कुछ बड़ा करना. So research is a very great area for you where you can understand, you can do the lot of trial and errors. Okay, so research as a scientist, one of the biggest area. Then doing a doctoral degree. ठीक है, आपके पास MBBS है, what you can do, you can serve the nation or you can serve the people who are suffering from many diseases. Okay, so I want to tell you, don't just study MBBS as a course. If you're taking an MBBS, please love your course. Okay, because you are dealing with humans, you are dealing with people, not any plant or not with any machine. So when you're doing it, you have to be very careful and very essential to have a proper knowledge on it. Okay, so MBBS was also a very good career, but perfection is needed. Okay, which you will attain as the experiences goes on. Other than that, if I have to say, agriculture is also a very fast growing area where you can see the GMOs. Okay, genetically modified organisms, or you can say the tomato which we eat now, which is not a very basic or traditional tomato. Okay, so usko hum logon ne modify kiya hai so that it should not spoil very sooner, and it should have a very firm texture and taste. Okay, so like this we can increase the yield, and we can increase the longevity of the food which we are eating, and so many other things. Okay, and reduce the factors of infection. That is also one of the area, agriculture. And teaching, which I'm doing now, teaching is another area where you can contribute yourself. Okay, so many students, मैं जब भी पूछती हूँ ना students को, many of my students don't say teaching. I don't know why. Teaching is a very noble job, and you get to change the lives of the students. Okay, so teaching को इतना lightly नहीं लिया जाता है. If you have anywhere interest about being a professor or a lecturer, please think of this as a major career also. Okay, apart from that, veterinary. Okay, so doctor doesn't mean only you are being a doctor for a human, you can be a doctor for animals. Okay, if you are a pet loving person or an animal loving person, you can definitely think about the veterinary as your option. Okay, now this is what I told you now, just now: research, medical, veterinary, agriculture, and teaching. So whenever you choose the career, you should think what you like. ओके, डोंट गो लाइक, ओके किसी ने आपको बोला अरे तुम वो कोर्स ले लो ना, उसमें पैसा ज्यादा है. नो, नेवर डू दैट. ओके, सो वेर एवर एंड वॉट एवर द course or career which you are choosing, it should be your passion. You should love it. Okay, when you love that profession, you will live happily. Okay, just when you see about हाँ इसका scope है, yes it's a it's in scope, or you want to earn more money there, that is not going to be the better option for you. Okay, just think, imagine, imagine you being a teacher, imagine you being a doctor. Will you be happy? Do you really want it? So what you really want, only that you have to choose. Okay, so now so I have told you very basic of the career options, but here if you can see, there are so many. I told you, right, humongous number of options, like aerobiology, agriculture is there, biomusicology. Okay, for those who don't know what is biomusicology, here there is a comparison of music with life. Okay, म्यूजिक को लाइफ के साथ कंपेयर करके पढ़ा जाता है. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, there has been a study where there is a field. Okay, so crop field is there. So one plot of crop field, you are making them, or making those plants listen to a very soothing and calming music. Okay, and there is another plot of crop area. There, no music, nothing. But as a counter, you are just scolding those plants. Arey, what are these plants? These are not growing at all. They look very bad. They look ugly, like that. Okay. So one plot with a beautiful, calming music and showing a loving nature towards the plant, and another like scolding them, giving a bad vibes. Okay. So like that. If you see in these two situations, the first one which I told you, okay, the plants or the crops which were grown with the music, okay, with the soothing and calming music, they will grow much faster and they'll give very good yield compared to the another plot. Okay, so this is one of the example that I have given you. If you really want to know how this happened or how it is related with the plants or any other things, you have to definitely choose this option where you'll study. And another one is waggle dance. ठीक है जब bees को बेटा honey bees if they found honey or if they're doing something they'll do a dance. Okay, so that kind of thing or any of the music related, so that you will choose this option. Okay, then anatomy, study of internal structures there, building biology, cryobiology. Cryo means preservation. If you understand the word cryo, it is preservation. Then histology, then all these topics, beta, bioengineering, astrobiology, I told you, right? If you want to know about the aliens or any other things, if you want to discover any planet, that is also possible. Astrobiology. Okay. So these are the options. Then embryology. Okay, study of embryos or the developmental biology, cell biology is there, biochemistry, cognitive biology. I told you, right? Cognitive biology or the intellectual biology is related with your mind. What your subconscious says, what your mind says. Okay, तो इसके हिसाब से हम लोग करते हैं बेटा. Okay, cognitive biology. That is also one of what I've returned here, these are very newly emerged branches. Okay, these are not there like many years ago. Many of them are newly emerged. So what I'm trying to tell you is there are so many options for you. Okay, so many options for you. Wherever you find the interest, you can move ahead in that area. Okay, so pharmacology is there. Ecology is also very one of the interesting concepts. As I have told you, bioinformatics. Okay, these are some of the options. Now, these are never-ending, options that I'm showing you here. Limnology. Okay, so limnology is nothing but the study of aquatic. Okay, aquatic life, or you can say the aquatic biology. Okay, then population biology, quantum biology, evolutionary biology, marine biology. Okay, so there are so many areas where you can show your interest and achieve something. If you really want to, take it down, you can take it down also. Okay, wherever you find interesting. Acha, aapne dekha genetics. If you find very much interest in genetics, you can do the genetics as your profession, or you can say there you can achieve. You can take a degree, you can take your masters, and you can do the research there. Okay, so genetics is also one of the best area. It is very fascinating. If you see, in the second year, you will study about it. Okay, in the 2+, you will study about this very detailedly. How Gregor Mendel has worked in the field of genetics. Okay, how we come to know chromosomes ka function kya hai, how they're doing, what is the DNA, what is everything. Everything comes under genetics. Okay, so apart from that, I told you pathology and molecular biology. All these are very fastly emerging areas. Okay, see, I told you, right, this is a never ending process. Neurobiology. Okay, neurobiology is one of the process. I'll give you one of the example for neurobiology. If you think there is a plant and there is a climber here. Okay, plant is there, climber is there. So this climber will take the support of this plant to grow. Right, climber means what? It's a creeping plant. Okay, it needs support. Okay, so when there is a plant here and there's another plant here, both the side there is a plant and in center there is a climber, whom it will choose, right? So which plant will be chosen by this climber? Okay, that is neurobiology. That climber will contact by sending some hormones and some chemicals with the plant. Okay, so if they understand that this plant is more beneficial to me, I'll climb on this compared to this plant. Okay, so that is how they think and they act. Okay, I'm talking about a plant. You can take that example as animals also. Neurobiology is a very, very, very interesting area. Okay, very interesting area. Also the psychobiology. Okay, both are somehow related, but these are very two fascinating areas. Okay, Now, okay. So for you to be understanding, okay, for you to be understanding how to achieve the good marks in the NEET, the very basic thing that you have to do is know the fundamental, okay, concepts. Okay, the fundamental concepts you have to know. So like what, if you see the textbook of 11th, you will see there a chapter called as a biological classification. There you will come across many organisms, okay, many organisms and how they have been evolved, what are the types. So that is one of the area where you have to keep that in mind. Okay, these are basics. Not just this, you have to still keep in mind what you have studied in your 8th, ninth, and 10th textbooks. Okay, so if you come to 11th, you might think that अरे अभी 9th 10th का तो हटा दो. नहीं बेटा, you have to evolve your knowledge with the pre knowledge. Okay, what your basics are, that you have to build on that basics, never leave your basics behind. Okay, so for that you need your foundations to be very strong. Okay, so understanding the basic concepts, okay, what you have studied with respect to anatomy, you have studied the cell, you have studied the structure of cells, what are the function of the organelles. Okay, so what exactly is the function of a mitochondria or a chloroplast. Okay, and then coming to the plant physiology, you might have not studied everything, but you have studied here and there some of the glimpses. Okay, so with that you will build more concept. Okay, in 11th, you will have a very big unit named as plant physiology. Okay, where you are going to understand more about how plants are going to perform. Okay, and then the animal. Okay, so the human physiology. So all these are the basis of your syllabus also, which is going to study in 11th and 12th. Clear? Now, so what is our job? What do we have to do now? Okay, me as a teacher and you as a student, what is our job? Okay, so you have to understand the concepts which I tell you. What I teach you, you have to understand the concept and you have to ask the questions rapidly, frequently. Jo bhi doubt hai beta, either it might be a small, it might be a big. Okay, try to be active in a chat box. Okay, so where I can solve your problems and your queries. Okay, so you also not just interacting with me, and you have to do reading NCRT frequently and solving DPPs, module question papers, and previous year question papers. So this is how, by solving more of the questions and doing more of the problems, you will have the better idea. Okay, NCRT पढ़ने से will study the concept, but solving question is an another area where you have to excel. Okay, if you are talking about NEET. Clear? So which books you can refer? Okay, so the very best and the very needed book is our NCRT. Okay, if I have to tell you, 85% of NEET questions will be directly taken from, NCRT, directly taken from NCRT. So that's why I emphasize on my students to study perfectly, like line to line. Study it, understand the concept what NCRT is trying to tell you. So NCRT को आपने ना ऐसे, you have to, okay, आपके अंदर समाना है बस NCRT को. It's a very important book, beta. Okay, either in the point of view with NEET and also your CBSE exams. Okay, then Avanti Fellows. Okay, you will be getting a lot of modules from us, lot of handmade contents and the question papers, which will excel you more and more to achieve your goal in the field of upcoming NEET, okay, challenge. And there is another book where you can talk about and read here NCRT at fingertips. Okay, मैंने बोला ना, the concepts which you are going to study in the biology, you have to apply that. Okay, where you're going to apply, you're apply by doing the questions. Okay, solving questions. Solving questions is one of the best habit you have to adapt if you want to score good in NEET. Okay, many of my students think that, ma'am, if I read, then I'm good to go. No, reading and understanding concepts doesn't do the job. After understanding the concept, you have to solve the questions, make that as your habit. If you're habituated to it, you will score good in the NEET. Okay, now, so what about the NEET examination? Okay, so NEET examination kya hai? If you see here, it is nothing but the national eligibility. Give me a second. Okay, national eligibility cumulative entrance test. Okay, this is NEET and it's a common entrance test for the candidates who want to study MBBS or BDS. Either it might be dental or Ayurvedic medical science, Bachelor of Ayurvedic medical science, Unani, homeopathy. Okay, so these and other medical fields, either in the government or in the private institutions, as well as the MBBS abroad. Many students doesn't think about doing MBBS abroad, but trust me, if you do MBBS abroad, you will be of an another level. Okay, so it's a future thing, but now you have to concentrate on NEET. Okay, so this NEET, okay, it is in charge for all entrance exam for medical institutes in India. Okay, so in India, if you really want to be admitted in a very good colleges, then make sure you have to excel in NEET. Okay, so either you can talk about NEET or AIMS or also the JIPMET. Okay, so these are also other exams which are taking hand to hand in this field of medical. Okay, now eligibility for the NEET. Okay, so ma'am, is there eligibility for NEET also? Yes. Okay, to be eligible for the admission of NEET, a student must be at least 7 years old. Sorry, 17 years old. Okay, 17 years old के होने चाहिए, और मुझे लगता है कि सारे बच्चे हैं 17 years old. Okay, and must have completed 12th grade. Okay, 12th grade and received at least 50% of the general category, and these things you know, I guess. Okay, so 50% of the general category, 45% of the PWD, and 40% of OBC and SC, ST, NCL. So in all the subjects like physics, chemistry, and biology, and as primary courses in addition to English. Okay, so this now maximum age to apply for NEET is 25 years old. Okay, if अब अगर आप सोच रहे हो मैं मेरा एक अटेम्प्ट में नहीं हुआ तो मैं क्या करूंगी, मैं ट्राई करती रहूंगी, मुझे बनना है तो सिर्फ डॉक्टर बनना है. ओके, तो कब तक आप ट्राई करते रहोगे बेटा, until when you are going to try? Okay, up to 25 years old. Okay, so up to 25 years old is the like eligibility criteria, the maximum age above which we cannot take. Okay, so basic or the at least is 17 years, maximum is 25 years old. Okay, and that's why I'm telling you the 12th grade marks are super important. Okay, so super important, so that is why your CBSE marks should be good, along with you have to concentrate on NEET. Both go hand by hand. ठीक है, अब अगर आप कहोगे मैम मैं नीट ही करूंगी सीबीएसई नहीं करूंगी, नो, दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क. You have to go hand in hand, concentrate on both. If your CBSE scores are good, it will help you in attaining a good seat. Okay, now so there's an exam pattern I'm showing you. I'll show here. Okay, I'll show here exam pattern how it is. So in the exam pattern, if you say in NEET, you have to concentrate on 3 subjects, beta: physics, chemistry, and biology. Okay, so in biology, we are going to talk about the botany and zoology, and each 3 subjects will be divided into 2 portions. Okay, there will be A and B portion, and now here you can see. So every, like this is physics, chemistry, and here biology. In biology, botany and zoology. Section A contains how many number of questions? 35 number of questions. Section B contains 15 questions. Okay, so 15 questions. So this is how the pattern will be. Okay, so every section will have the subsections, right? So there will be 35 questions in the section A, whereas 15 in the section B. Now, one more thing you have to remember, out of 15 questions in section B, candidates are required to answer any 10 questions. You must be knowing this. Okay, if you're trying to solve all the questions like अरे मैं तो पूरा करके ही रहूंगा, okay, so ऐसे नहीं करना. You have to be very choosy, you have to use your smartness and your brain. Okay, so out of 15 questions, the candidates are required to answer any 10 questions. So choose, read which 10 you are more confident about, and you are going to answer to those questions. Okay, now so what is the mode of examinations? Okay, mode of examinations might be offline. Okay, and exam duration is 3 hours and 20 minutes. Okay, 3 hours and 20 minutes. So where you can see the question paper type is multiple choice questions. Okay, so MCQs are the type of questions which you will be solving. And if you talk about the physics and mathematics, there you might not find all the MCQs. There will be some things, okay, the areas where you're going to only calculate and answer the number, numerical. Okay, so some of the questions are like that also, but not in my subject, not in biology, but in other subjects. Okay, so the total number of questions that will be asked. Okay, so the 200 questions will be asked, total questions. Okay, so there how much are applicable to attempt? 180 are the applicable questions. Okay, then total marks 720 are the total marks. And negative marking scheme, yes, negative marking will be done. Okay, so एक question का, for a single question, correct answer, you're going to get 4 marks. 4 marks for one correct answer. And one negative, one negative mark for the wrong answer. Wrong answer के लिए one negative mark, for a correct answer plus 4 marks. Okay, so this is what I have already told you, and these are the subjects in the NEET. Now, this is very important. I want every student to open your NCERT and take it down. Okay, take it down, the weightage of chapter. Okay, weightage percentage of the units and the chapters that you have to take. Okay, so from 11th, I'll talk. Diversity in the living world is 9.99%. This is the weightage. Okay, and coming to the second unit, structure and organization in plants and animals, again 9.99%. Cell, unit of cell, 12.21. Okay, where you'll study about the biomolecules and the cell cycle, mitosis, meiosis, okay, function of organelles. So this is very important unit, beta. You have to concentrate on the unit cell. Okay, that. Then plant physiology, very important. These 3 chapters, super, super important. Cell, plant physiology. Then coming to the human physiology, oh my God, human physiology has the highest weightage. Okay, so never ever ignore human physiology. Whenever you are reading it, whenever you are listening to me or your teachers in the schools, ask doubts, understand it in a theoretical basis. Okay, बेटा एक थियरी बना के आपको याद रखना है सारे चीजें. Okay, and you know, one more very important thing, when you read, okay, when you listen to the class, when you sit to read, make a small notes of it. Okay, you have to make a small notes where you are writing the key points. Okay, so keep those key points with you. Whenever you are free, look at that key points again. Whenever you are free, look at that. Okay, and try to revise it from time to time. Okay, you're sitting in a mess for eating food, you know, it should be running in your mind. Okay, so what is digestion? How many enzymes are involved? Which are the, you know, parts involved in a digestion? What is going to happen in the mouth? What is going to happen in the pancreas? What is going to happen in your stomach? Okay, so everything should be running in your mind. Okay, you have to be so much involved in this, na beta. Okay, so मतलब लगा के रखना है दिमाग. Okay, I'm telling you, this is how you will, you know, absorb the concepts. Okay, if you know, if I talk about other subjects, there you have to understand the concept. If you understand one question or one concept, you can apply that anywhere. But in biology, we cannot apply the same concept everywhere. Every concept is different. Every concept is connected. You have to connect and study. Connect करके पढ़ना है, and you have to keep revising it, keep remembering it. It's the only way to remember the terminologies in biology. If you don't revise it and remember it again and again, it is very hard to remember because there is so many things, right? अब अगर नीट के लिए बैठोगे तो 11th में भी बहुत सारे concepts हैं. There are so many concepts in 12th also. Okay, so keep revising. Now, human physiology gains the highest weightage. Then coming to the reproduction, these are 12 chapters. From here, 12 chapters are going to start. Reproduction, 8.88. Then genetics, this is also super important chapter. Super important chapter. Okay, so in 11th, you have to be pakka with every concept and every chapter. Then you will get enough time when you come to 12th. Okay, when you come to 12th, you will get the enough time to read the chapters and understand the concepts of 12th along with the revision of 11th. जब आपको 11th का एकदम क्लियर है बेटा, पक्का है कॉन्सेप्ट्स, अब आपने कॉन्सेंट्रेट करके सीरियसनेस से पढ़ा है, तो 12th में इट विल बी वेरी इजियर फॉर यू. इफ यू आर लाइक प्लेइंग, अरे हाँ देख लेंगे, 12th आने दो, अभी एंजॉय करने दो, मैंने बोला ना, इफ यू डू इट लाइक दिस, you will regret. Time is very precious. Don't waste your time simply, okay, by talking or just giggling around with your friends. Please try to utilize every minute and every moment. Okay, if you get bored with biology, stick to mathematics. If you are bored with mathematics, stick with biology, you know, physics. So like that, you have to circulate and keep on studying, keep on, you know, busy, keep yourself busy in these things. Okay, then genetics and evolution, I told you. Then biology and human welfare. Another part, this is not a very much weightage, but still the questions will be arised from this part also. Then biotechnology and ecology. Okay, so ecology is there, biotechnology is there. These are also the very important chapters. So I hope you have taken the weightage. You have taken the weightage, right? So biotechnology 8.88, ecology 8.88. So human physiology gets the most, same, reproduction, same. Then genetics also 11.1. Then this one, yeah. So which are the highest? Cell, plant physiology, and human physiology, right? And this genetics. So these four units can make your life. So that's why I'm requesting you study from the basic, and every concept should be clear to you in 11th only. Okay, clear now. So there's a question on the screen. I know I was very serious in the end, and you might be like, बहुत serious हो गया ma'am, हाँ करना तो है. So seriousness should be there. Okay, but determination should also be there, right? So determination and with seriousness, we can do anything. Okay, so hard work is, the reaping fruit that you're going to get in the upcoming days. So there's a question on the screen. What is the father? Sorry, who is the father of biology? Who is the father of biology? The options are Theophrastus, Gregor Mendel, Carl Linnaeus, and Aristotle. Okay, so these are your options. You can write in the chat box. I don't know why students are not responding in the chat box. Please try to respond. Okay, JNV Ahmedabad is here. JNV Anand is here. Osmanabad, Rajkot. Very good. So, yeah, please try to answer. I told you, right, there is something, a problem with my poll. Otherwise, I would have launched the poll for today. Just please make sure that you are answering in the chat box. Come on, it's a very basic one. It's a very basic. Who is the father of biology? Don't know? Really, you don't know? Use your brain. At least I want one answer. There are 4 students here, 4 schools, at least one school at least. Because nobody answered till now. And I want the YouTube students also to answer. If it is wrong also, don't worry. I'll not pinch you or I'll not kill you. Just try to attempt. Okay, so the father of biology is Aristotle. Okay, okay, JNV Ahmedabad has attempt, but JNV Ahmedabad, option D is the correct answer. Okay, Aristotle. Carl Linnaeus has done the contribution. Okay, so Carl Linnaeus has done the contribution in binomial nomenclature. Okay, you will study about it. Okay, in the study you will study about it. So where he has given the binomial nomenclature or the naming. Okay, so we study as a Homo sapiens. Okay, Homo as a genus and sapiens as a species, that kind of binomial nomenclature and many other things. Okay, he has written books. So all those are done by Carl Linnaeus, but father of the biology is Aristotle. So Gregor Johann Mendel has contributed in genetics. Okay, in the genetical field. Okay, in genetics. Theophrastus is a father of zoology and also botany. Okay, but for the father of biology, we call it as Aristotle, because Aristotle is the one who had laid a foundation. Okay, so all about this. So I have given a quote here: focus more on the understanding of concepts than reading heavy books. It is really, really applicable for you, because many of the students think that अच्छा मैं बड़े books रख के बैठूंगी और मुझे concept समझ आ जाएंगे. See, basis of anything or the foundation is your NCERT. Understand the concepts from NCERT, and then if you want to study more, we will provide you the more information. You can go for the other better options. Okay, so focus on understanding more conceptual than reading heavy books. So thank you for attending the class. This is all for the today's orientation. If you have any doubts, you can write in the chat box. From today, we are going to start a proper class. Today, we are going to do the living world. Okay, the living world first part we are going to do. I'm going to teach you some concepts very briefly, and we'll solve many questions. Okay, so today was just an introductory understanding and making you feel comfortable, that kind of class. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Any questions, right? Any questions if you have, you can ask. Or any other faculties. Okay, we are all available for you. So with any faculty, if you have still any doubts with the NEET programming or how the exam will be conducted and anything, okay, you can contact any of the teacher for any of the subject. Okay. So, okay, if there are any no doubts, then we'll end the meet here. We'll end the class here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Take